All right, let's talk about college, because a lot of you are sending your kids to college this fall. You know, a few months ago, we saw these celebrities trying to pay to get their kids into schools. Well, now there's a loophole that the Department of Education has found where families, middle-class families or wealthy families, are transferring their guardianship of their children over to someone in their family or a friend that doesn't have a lot of money so that they can get financial aid.
Yeah, the way it works is if you transfer the guardianship of your child to somebody else, then the school only looks at the earnings that the child has and not the family's savings and the family's earnings. And so, you know, for the most part, they all qualify for a much more lucrative financial aid package. Rachel Campos Duffy, who is going to be dropping her daughter off at the university here in a couple of weeks, had this observation about what some parents are willing to do to get their kids the financial aid they need.
You know, there are very wealthy kids in my, I think Bill Gates' son goes to my daughter's school. I don't think he's taking advantage of that loophole, and I don't think his parents have any problem paying that tuition. It's people in the middle. It's people who are trying to get ahead, and these tuition costs are crazy. And frankly, I feel like I'm part of the problem. Like, you know, she's going to this expensive school. It's where she wanted to go. But maybe we as parents need to be better consumers of education as well.
Yeah, this was happening in private education. This is what's great, I think, about the Democrat debate. They deserve credit for this by bringing up college costs front and center, because the lower class, the working class, has a lot of financial aid packages to make college an option. The upper class can afford it. The middle class are told, hey, why don't you take out a loan? Oh, you can't afford it? I have a good idea. I'm going to make you eligible for a parental loan. So now you have a parental loan and a student loan, and we let you go to that $70,000 school. Bad news, by the time you're done in 4 years, you're both going to be scrambling because you're going paycheck to paycheck to pay off those loans. And you never get out of if you're a student, a lot of times it makes it very difficult to get out of your house.
Well, you know, it's just like anything. You're not going to buy $1 million house if you can only afford a $150,000 house. If you can't afford to go to one of the most expensive schools, there are other options. There are other state schools. I mean, in South Carolina and Georgia, they have scholarships where if you make A's or B's, you can get free tuition.
But you're thinking rationally. When you are a kid or you're a parent, and a kid says, I want to go to Boston College is 70, right?
Right.
72,000. You don't want to tell that kid who worked so hard to get into Boston College, even though you're supposed to in the perfect parental world, can't go, can't afford it.
You can't. Listen, I knew in my house, there was one school I really wanted to go to, and I told them in my interview, I have to get a scholarship in order to go here, and I didn't. So I knew I wasn't going to ask my parents to pay for that. They just couldn't afford it. I think I probably did tell them I wanted to go there, and they said, we can't afford that. We can't. We have 3 kids.
And that's why, because college is so expensive, that's why Democrats, a number of them, were saying, you know what? You vote for me, free college. Free college,
which is
a
impossible.
Very attractive offer.
Well, there are some states that do free college if you make good grades. So that's an incentive for kids to get it on their own so they don't have to get a student loan. But it's dishonest, to do this, to do this loophole. And also, the heck if I'm giving guardianship to someone else of my child, even if it is a relative.
Well, it's only a name only. You just kind of sign
I don't think so. I think it's you're
legal.
the guardian. You're the legal guardian. You're the one who makes medical decisions. You're the one.
But, you know, if Aunt Jane has your kid, Aunt Jane is, you know, is going to...
What if Aunt Jane turns out to be mean Aunt Jane?
Right. But the kid's 18 already. What could happen?
Yeah, what could happen? What do you think? Friends at Fox News.